Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today, I want to talk about the fact that you're doing too much. There's too much happening right now. That is why we are facing these problems. You are doing too much, and it is paralyzing you. And I'm going to explain in deeper detail. But if you like Spirituality Simplified, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Also, please join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle, where we've got a wonderful over 2,000 members in there, and check me out on Instagram where I'm doing a lot more content too, and I'll be ramping that up very soon. But anyway, guys, so today I'm talking about the fact that you're trying too hard, you're doing too much. This is the thing. I'm going to tell you about a week that I had. And why am I going to tell you about that? Because I think it's going to be vitally important to show you and to open up about my own challenges that I face on the spiritual journey to teach you. Now, I happen to be taking on a lot of CEOs and business people and people that are wanting to find peace in this chaos. They're wanting to create abundance, flow, but they're noticing that they're getting way in over their heads, and they're feeling stressed, concerned, worried, all of the above. I'm going to tell you this. What we tend to do is we tend to keep taking too much note of what's happening in our outer world. We make it very important. So if the outer world is not reflective of what we want, we question it. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to change? What do I need to do? And we become very action based. You see, stress, not trusting, not letting go just makes you want to take action. But the number one rule that I have to tell you, guys, is stop taking action from fear. Stop changing everything because you're scared. Do it when you're in a state of peace. Do it when you're in a state of alignment. That's the only time you want to take action. The thing that I have with people that I work with who are trying to increase in that area, this is the people I work with around business and abundance. Obviously, I work with people for healing and other things too. But the people that they're always trying to do something else. They're trying to change something. What it is yes, change is good. Trying something different is good. But what you need to realize is this: the inner world is the most important thing. Do nothing. You're better off doing nothing if you're stressed. Sit still for a moment. Start to notice what is my inner environment saying. If you're in a state of lack, if you're in a state of frustration, you are not going to manifest anything. Now, let me bring it back to my own example. See, I run a very busy coaching practice, and I only really have 1 or 2 employees. Okay? But what happens is last week, I was coming up against resistance and challenges. Things weren't going as they usually go. So it wasn't going as I expected. Now, what a lot of my clients and what I wanted to do in that space was I thought, what do I need to change? What is the next actionable step to do? What is the physical response that I need to take to this? What you need to realize is the physical response is your first initial reaction because you're living from stress. But you need to not take action from that place. What you need to do is work on the resistance. So for that whole week, it took me about 5 days. 5 days of working with my energy, sitting with it, observing, working with it, sitting, observing, relaxing. And it was just re-intending. So this is what I want to tell you. When a problem happens, notice, relax, release, re-intend. Notice it, relax, release, re-intend. That is what we need to do. That is the only steps you need to take in that moment. If you do that and continue your practices, because usually if you've had some level of success with a practice, unless it's years and years and years old and you're behind the times, you do not need to change the practical steps. You need to change your emotional standpoint to the situation. What's your emotion towards what is happening? So for me, it was frustration. It was, what am I doing wrong? Blame, guilt, frustration, annoyance. I was just getting all of this. Now, listen, it wasn't overtaking my life, but it was on me. I could feel it on me. So I just watched it. And for days, it stayed upon me. Because then my outer world wasn't actually then changing at all. So again, I was reactive. So I stayed in a reactive state for about 5 days, in and out of what was happening in my life. even though I know this work, this was what was happening to me. And this is what happens to a lot of my clients. So I live as I preach. So I was just doing the regular action required, and I was working on my emotional standpoint. So how do I do that? I was noticing the energy on my body, I was observing it without judgment, and I was letting it release. From there, I was started to re-intend. My business is God's business. Divine peace and harmony flows through my life. There's only one true source of my supply, and that is the divine. Everything is working out for my highest good. There's always more than enough. Everything is working out for me. So I started to do that. From that place, then it took me about 5 days when I realized I don't actually care anymore. I'm over caring so much, which was great, because once I stopped caring and I was doing little else besides my usual practices, my usual day-to-day things, literally the day when I let it go, when I felt it leave my body, when I felt the resurgence of all that energy within me, that day the whole thing opened up and it just flowed to me. Everything that I could have asked for. From that place of frustration, I finally let it go. And what happened? Everything came. It flooded to me in avalanches. Why? Because I was non-resistant anymore. So when I'm working with CEOs who are like, we've been spending this on marketing, we've been doing this on this, what do I need to do? It's like, you need to stop. First thing is if that budget on the marketing is doing nothing, cut it in half at least. Stop making a god of your marketing. Stop making a god of this, stop making a god of that. Slow everything down for a minute. Do little, just do the everyday processes for a moment, then breathe. Observe this frustration within you, then start to bless your business. My business is God's business. We are guided to wonderful, beautiful clients that bring us great success, that bring us great joy, and we bring them great success and great joy. It is a mutual beneficial partnership of wonderful success. I love my clients and my clients love me. Everything is working out in my business. There is so much more than enough. There is so many wonderful profits that I get to share with my employees, my family, my friends, and everyone. And this is a wonderful place to be. I love what I'm doing. I'm divinely guided in all ways. This is the energy that we need to sit in. Then it's like, okay, I'm chilled now. What do you want to do? So then it's like, now that God, the client isn't my God. Your client isn't your God. Your business isn't your God. Nothing is your God. Stop making a God of things that are created. Start to believe in the true source, which is the creator. That's where your supply comes from. Once you let go of resistance, you allow the natural supply to happen. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Take care.